Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, Top Coin, where history meets hidden treasures, and ordinary coins might just turn out to be extraordinary fortunes. If you're someone who keeps their pocket change, or maybe inherited a jar full of old coins, then today's episode is going to blow your mind. Because we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1974 United States quarter dollar. You might just be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Now, when most people see a quarter, they think 25 cents, maybe enough to buy a stick of gum or pay a parking meter. But what if I told you that a quarter from the year 1974, one that looks like any other coin, might actually be worth hundreds, and in some cases even thousands, of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. That same little coin that you might have dropped in a vending machine could be worth serious money. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating history, design, hidden minting errors, collector demand, and the current market value of the 1974 quarter dollar. And who knows, maybe by the end of this video, you'll be raiding your change jar, hunting for this hidden gem. Let's rewind the clock and go back to the early 1970s. The United States Mint was producing millions of coins annually to meet the demand of a growing economy. The Washington quarter, as it's officially known, had been in circulation since 1932, originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The 1974 quarter continued the tradition, featuring the iconic profile of George Washington on the obverse side, designed by John Flanagan, a prominent sculptor of his time. The reverse displayed the heraldic eagle, wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, a powerful symbol of strength and peace. In 1974, the coin was made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, basically, a core of copper sandwiched between layers of nickel. Silver had been removed from quarters in 1965 due to rising metal prices, so the 1974 quarter doesn't contain silver. But here's the twist. Even without precious metal, some of these coins have become highly desirable among collectors. Alright, so you're probably wondering, if it's not made of silver and millions were minted, how could a 1974 quarter be worth more than face value? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and minting errors. Some of the 1974 quarters were struck with unique die varieties or minting mistakes that make them incredibly valuable. For example, there are quarters from 1974 that show doubling on the letters and numbers. This is called a double die error. If the word Liberty or the date 1974 looks doubled under magnification, that coin could be worth big bucks. Another factor is the condition of the coin. If your 1974 quarter has never been in circulation, meaning it's in mint state condition, shiny, and flawless, collectors might pay a premium for it. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services can easily sell for hundreds of dollars. There are also a few extremely rare test pieces known to exist. In 1974, the U.S. Mint experimented with different compositions for the upcoming Susan B. Anthony dollar. Some quarters from that time may have been struck on the wrong planchets. A planchet is the blank piece of metal a coin is struck on. If you find a 1974 quarter that looks different in color, weight, or thickness, it could be an experimental error coin, potentially worth thousands. So let's talk numbers. What is the actual market value of a 1974 quarter dollar today? In circulated condition, most 1974 quarters are still worth face value, 25 cents. But here's where things get interesting. If you find a coin in uncirculated condition, meaning it hasn't been used in everyday transactions and still has its mint luster, its value could range from a few dollars up to $50, depending on the grade. Now, for rare varieties like the double die quarter, values skyrocket. Some collectors have paid upwards of $300 to $500 for well-preserved examples. And for a 1974 quarter with significant errors, such as an off-center strike or a rare planchet, prices can reach into the thousands. For example, in recent auctions, a 1974 quarter graded MS-67 by PCGS, that's near the top of the scale, has sold for over $1,000. Yes, a single quarter. One coin. That's more than 4,000 times its face value. Collectors and dealers constantly search coin rolls, coin shows, estate sales, and online marketplaces like eBay and heritage auctions, trying to find these gems. The demand for high-grade and rare 1974 quarters is alive and growing. Okay, so now you're excited. You're probably itching to go check your change or your old coin collection. But how do you know if you've got a winner? First, look at the date. Make sure it's clearly 1974. Then check the mint mark. It could be blank, Philadelphia, a small D for Denver, or an S for San Francisco. Proof coins from San Francisco tend to be shinier and have more detail. Next, examine the coin carefully under a magnifying glass. Look at the word Liberty, the motto "I in God we trust," and the date for any signs of doubling. Pay attention to the overall condition. Is the coin clean, shiny, and free of major scratches? If you think you've found something special, it's time to consult a professional. Coin dealers, grading companies like PCGS or NGC, or local coin clubs can help you evaluate and grade your coin. Trust me, if you think it's valuable, get it verified before you try to sell. So what have we learned today? The 1974 quarter dollar might seem ordinary, but in the world of numismatics, that's the study and collection of coins, it's a coin with serious potential. Whether it's a mint condition gem, a rare error coin, or a piece of forgotten history, the humble 1974 quarter deserves a second look. You could be holding a small piece of American history. You could be holding money that's worth far more than 25 cents. And best of all, you don't need to dig through a museum or auction house to find one. It could be in your pocket right now. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more hidden coin treasures, rare currency breakdowns, and insider collector tips, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell so you never miss a future upload. Got a 1974 quarter you want to show off? Drop a comment below or tag us on social media. I'd love to see what you found. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your coins close, and remember, sometimes history is hiding in plain sight. Have you ever looked closely at the change jingling in your pocket or sitting at the bottom of your piggy bank? What if I told you that a single 1977 quarter dollar coin from the United States could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A coin you might overlook every single day could actually be a hidden treasure. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, the mysterious errors, and the shocking market value of the 1977 quarter. So stick with us till the end, because the next valuable coin could be sitting in your hands right now. Let's rewind to the year 1977. It was a year of change and challenge in the United States. Jimmy Carter had just become president. Star Wars hit theaters for the first time, capturing imaginations across the globe. And in the world of numismatics, the art of collecting coins, something seemingly ordinary was quietly being minted, the 1977 quarter dollar. This coin, part of the Washington Quarter series, has a face value of just 25 cents. But don't let that fool you. With millions struck in the year, most are only worth face value. But a very select few, are extremely rare and highly valuable. And that's what we're here to explore today. First, let's look at the design. On the obverse, or the front, of the coin, we have the familiar portrait of George Washington, originally designed by sculptor John Flanagan in 1932. Above Washington's head is the word Liberty. The phrase "In God We Trust" sits just to the left. And at the bottom, you'll see the date, 1977. Flip it over to the reverse, and you're greeted by the majestic bald eagle, wings outstretched, perched on a bundle of arrows symbolizing strength and readiness for defense. With olive branches beneath, symbolizing peace, the edge of the coin is reeded. And if your coin feels smooth instead, hold onto it. We'll get to that in a minute. In 1977, the United States Mint produced quarters at 3 major facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark. Those from Denver bear a small D mint mark, and the San Francisco Mint struck quarters with an S, but these were mostly proof coins. Mint for collectors and not regular circulation. Here's a breakdown of the mintage numbers. Philadelphia struck over 468 million quarters. Denver produced around 256 million. San Francisco struck about 3.25 million proof coins. With so many coins produced, you might wonder, how can any of them be rare? That brings us to the juicy part. Now this is where it gets exciting. Not all 1977 quarters are created equal. Some contain errors that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. These mistakes happen during the minting process, and they're what transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. Here are some of the rarest and most valuable 1977 quarter errors. A coin that wasn't struck in the center can show a crescent-shaped blank space. Depending on the percentage of the off-center strike and how visible the date is, these coins can sell for $100 to $300 or more. A double die error means the image was impressed twice, causing a doubled appearance on the text or image. On 1977 quarters, doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty" can make a coin worth $500 or even more depending on condition. Some 1977 quarters were minted on planchets, the blank metal discs, that were accidentally clipped during production. These clips can come in various shapes and sizes and add significant value. Some sell for up to $150. In rare cases, a quarter might be struck on a planchet meant for a nickel or even a foreign coin. These errors are incredibly rare and can fetch well over $1,000 at auction. If the ridged edge of your quarter is missing or only partially there, it may be the result of a partial collar strike error, and yes, that can increase its value. So, what are 1977 quarters actually selling for in today's market? A regular circulated 1977 quarter without errors or proof finish, worth 25 cents. Maybe up to 50 cents if it's in good condition. A nice uncirculated coin graded MS-65 by PCGS? These can sell for $5 to $20. A proof 1977 quarter in deep cameo finish? That could be worth $10 to $50. But a high-grade error coin, especially with something like a double die or off-center strike. These have been known to fetch hundreds, sometimes even over $1,000, in major coin auctions. In fact, in one auction, a 1977 D quarter with a dramatic misstrike sold for over $1,500. Another coin struck on a planchet for a foreign coin went for more than $2,000. The key is condition, rarity of the error, and demand among collectors. Wondering how to check your own change? It's easy. Grab a magnifying glass and look closely at the date and lettering for doubling the edge, for missing reading the center, for off-strike patterns, the weight. A genuine quarter weighs 5.67 grams. If your quarter looks odd, misshapen, or has lettering that seems doubled, don't spend it. You could be holding a minor fortune. Found something interesting? Here's what you do. Don't clean the coin. That can destroy its value. Store it safely. A soft plastic coin flip or holder is ideal. Have it graded. Services like PCGS and NGC can professionally assess and certify your coin. List it on marketplaces like eBay or bring it to a reputable coin dealer or auction house. So the next time you get change at the grocery store or clean out that old drawer, take a closer look. That dull little 1977 quarter might just be your lucky break. With rare errors, historical charm, and collector demand, this coin proves that treasures don't always glitter. Sometimes they jingle. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into rare coins, collectibles, and hidden wealth. Who knows? The next story could be about the coin you found. Today's video is all about a special and often overlooked piece of American history, the 1986 $quarter coin from the United States of America. This isn't just any coin. This might be a coin that could be worth far more than 25 cents. So if you've ever wondered what that old 1986 quarter in your drawer could be worth today, or if you're curious about the secrets hiding in plain sight on this coin, stick around. You're in for a journey through American history, economics, and rare coin collecting, all starting with one small piece of metal. The 1986 United States quarter belongs to what collectors often call the Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, this coin was originally minted to commemorate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. And while the design has changed over the decades, the obverse or front of the coin has consistently featured Washington's profile. In 1986, the U.S. Mint was producing coins during a time of relative stability in America. Ronald Reagan was president, and the Cold War was still in full swing. While this might seem distant from the world of coinage, the economic conditions of the time shaped the production, distribution, and metal composition of coins like this very quarter. Now here's something many people don't realize. Quarters minted in 1986 are not rare in and of themselves. In fact, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of them. But like with many coins, the real value lies in the details, the condition, the mint mark, any errors during production, and whether the coin was preserved in a special way. In 1986, two major U.S. mints produced the Washington Quarter, the Philadelphia Mint, which struck over 551 million coins, and the Denver Mint, which produced nearly 504 million. That's over a billion quarters altogether, but don't let those numbers fool you, because out of those billion coins, only a tiny fraction are in pristine, uncirculated condition today, and fewer still have minting errors or qualities that make them stand out to collectors. That's where things start to get exciting, because even a common coin can turn into a valuable collectible if it has the right features. Let's talk value. For most circulated 1986 quarters, their face value is just 25 cents. But that's only part of the story. If your coin is in mint condition, meaning it hasn't been handled or scratched and still has that shiny luster, it could be worth much more in MS67 condition or higher. Some 1986 quarters have been known to sell for $50 to $150 or even more at auction. MS stands for mint state, and it's a scale from 60 to 70 that grades how perfect the coin is. MS70 is a flawless coin, and finding one of those from 1986 is like finding a needle in a haystack. But there's more. Some coins from 1986 have rare minting errors. For example, double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or even missing letters in the inscriptions. These error coins can be extremely valuable to collectors. One error 1986 quarter with a strong double die could fetch hundreds of dollars, depending on the severity and condition. Now let's talk about the 1986 S-proof quarter. This coin was not released for circulation. It was minted in San Francisco and intended specifically for collectors. These proof coins are known for their mirror-like finish and sharp details. If you have one of these proof quarters in PR69 or PR70 deep cameo condition, they can be worth $10 to $50 or more, depending on demand and where you're selling it. They are especially prized by collectors building complete sets of Washington quarters. How do you know if you have a proof coin? First, look for the S mint mark under the eagle on the reverse side. Second, check the coin's surface. Proof coins are usually incredibly shiny, with frosted images and mirrored backgrounds. If you have a 1986 quarter, here's what you should do. Check the condition. Is it shiny and uncirculated? Or is it scratched and worn? Look for the mint mark. A P means it's from Philadelphia, D is from Denver, and S is from San Francisco. Examine for errors. Use a magnifying glass and look for anything unusual, doubled letters, off-center designs, or irregular shapes. Weigh your coin. It should weigh about 5.67 grams. If it's significantly off, it might be a minting error or struck on the wrong planchet, which could be valuable. Consult a coin grading service. If you believe your coin is in near-perfect condition, consider having it graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can massively increase its market value. Right now, the coin collecting market is hotter than ever. Interest in U.S. coins, especially vintage and error coins, has surged in recent years. The value of rare coins, including 1986 quarters with high grades or errors, has been climbing steadily. On auction sites like eBay and Heritage Coin Auctions, 1986 quarters in MS67 condition have sold for over $100, especially if they come with a professional grade and a clear mint mark. Error coins have gone even higher, sometimes reaching $300 to $500, depending on how rare and dramatic the error is. Even circulated coins in decent condition can fetch $1 to $3 from casual collectors just looking to fill a gap in their collection. So, is your 1986 quarter worth a fortune? It just might be. While most of these coins are still only worth 25 cents, the rare exceptions can be worth dozens, hundreds, or even thousands of times that amount. Whether it's a high-grade uncirculated coin, a proof coin from San Francisco, or an unusual error coin, there's a real chance that your pocket change holds a hidden gem. Before you spend that 1986 quarter, take a moment to look closer. Because in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins, the real value often lies in the details. And sometimes, history, rarity, and condition align to turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, educational, or even just a little bit surprising, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more deep dives into coin history, hidden values, and real-world collecting tips. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare quarter or if you want me to cover another coin in an upcoming video. What if I told you that a simple 1987 United States quarter, yes, that regular-looking coin sitting in your kitchen drawer, could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? You heard that right. Some 1987 quarters are selling for shocking prices in the collector's market, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. Don't blink, because that everyday coin might just turn your fortune around. Let's start with a little background. The 1987 quarter, also known as the Washington quarter, is part of a long-standing tradition in American coinage. This coin features the iconic image of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan, a design that has graced the quarter since 1932. The reverse of the coin, minted until 1998 before the introduction of the 50-state quarters program, shows the proud image of an eagle perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches below, symbolizing both strength and peace. Now, 1987 wasn't a particularly standout year in American history, but for coin collectors, it's a year that produced some fascinating coins. The 1987 Washington quarter was minted in three main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That means you'll find quarters marked with a P, D, or an S mint mark just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the coin. But here's the twist: not all 1987 quarters are created equal. In total, the U.S. Mint produced over 1.1 billion quarters in 1987. Yes, that's billion with a B. Specifically, over 595 million were minted in Philadelphia, and another 655 million came out of Denver. San Francisco produced fewer, but here's where things get juicy. San Francisco didn't mint circulation coins, it only produced proof coins in 1987, made for collectors, not for everyday use. These proof coins are highly polished and struck multiple times to give them that mirror-like finish. They were never meant to end up in your pocket, so if you find one in circulation, you've got something very special. But the real money, the jaw-dropping value, is in the details. And I'm about to tell you what makes a 1987 quarter extremely valuable. Most 1987 quarters you find in circulation are only worth face value, 25 cents. But some rare varieties and error coins are worth far, far more. One of the most valuable types is the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting. A 1987 quarter with an off-center error of 50% or more, especially one where you can still see the full date, could sell for over $300 or even more depending on condition. Next, look out for the double die error. This is where elements of the design appear to be doubled, especially around the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." These double die errors are favorites among collectors and can fetch prices ranging from $100 to over $500. Another rare find is a clip planchet error. This is when a portion of the coin is literally missing due to a cutting mishap at the mint. These unique errors can bring in anywhere from $50 to several $100s. But perhaps the most sought after are the proof coins that accidentally escaped into circulation. A 1987 S-proof quarter that's found in everyday change can be worth anywhere from $75 to several $100s, depending on its condition and if it's been verified by a professional grading service. Now, let's talk about condition, because condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, known as the Sheldon scale. A coin graded MS 60 mint state or above is uncirculated, meaning it has no wear and retains its original mint luster. A regular 1987 quarter in mint state can sell for $10 to $25. But coins graded MS 65 or higher, especially those with pristine surfaces and strong strikes, can go for $100 or more depending on demand and market trends. On the other hand, proof coins graded PR69 or PR70, almost perfect, can reach prices of $200 or even higher when sold to serious collectors or investors. As of now, the market for collectible coins is booming. With inflation on the rise and more people turning to physical assets like coins, rare and high-quality quarters are in high demand. Online auction platforms like eBay have seen 1987 quarters with notable errors sell for hundreds of dollars. Professional coin dealers, online marketplaces, and even coin shows are hotspots for buying and selling these treasures. If you think you have a valuable 1987 quarter, the first step is to examine it closely with a magnifying glass. Look for mint marks, errors, and signs of a proof finish. Next, compare it with known error types online. And if it looks promising, get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A professionally graded coin can often sell for double or triple what an ungraded coin might bring. So here's the big takeaway. A 1987 quarter might not seem special at first glance, but under the right conditions, with a rare mint error or perfect grade, it could be worth far more than 25 cents. Always check your change, especially if you get coins from older collections, estate sales, or coin rolls. You might just stumble upon a little piece of American history that's also a hidden jackpot. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1987 United States quarter, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future videos about coin collecting, hidden treasures, and how to spot value where others don't see it. Have a rare coin you want me to review next? Drop a comment below. I might feature your coin in the next episode. Until then, keep hunting, keep learning, and may your pockets be full of hidden gems.